Hello and welcome back to Lines and Squares Corporate Business Card Help video. In this video we'll see how to edit text and colors in Adobe InDesign. So let's open up the InDesign file and just drag it directly to the work area. Okay, and voila. Now the first thing we're going to do before we start editing the colors, let's update this QR code that we have here. Let's update it to the one we have created in the introduction video. You can go to links. If you can't see links, go to window and then select links. Right click on the link, right click on it and go to relink. And I'm just going to place that QR code that we have selected. Okay, now that we have that done, once we have that active link created, once you make any kind of changes to this QR code, it will automatically be reflected here in the InDesign template. Of course, like any other template, when it comes to the layers panel, you can see we have the print info and the info box set up here, and that's basically for your information to see. Just for a second turn off frame edges so you can actually see the text. The basic information about technical information about the business card, to know where the bleed is, cut line, text safe area, etc. if you want to make some additional changes to your template. Now, you don't need to send these to be printed. You can just delete them before sending this to the printer. Of course, you have the text icons, QR code, and the design layers set up. Now, let's start with editing the colors. To edit the colors, of course, you can go and individually select the elements, double click on them, double click on the color, change the color values here, and do that throughout the entire design. But let me just go back. The easiest way to change the color scheme is to use the colors from the swatches panel. If you don't see the swatches panel, go to Window, Color, Swatches, and here you have the names of the colors that are being used in this template. We need to focus on this blue color here. Double click on it. Once it's open up, you can either play with the sliders here, or you can just simply add your own values, and voila, we have the color changed. The fastest way to do it, the easiest way to do it, it doesn't only change the colors of the design elements, it also changes the colors of the text itself. Now, before we move into editing the text, let me just show you one thing. If you're trying to just change the color of the text itself, and you just select the frame and you go to swatches panel and say, okay, I just want this to be black. As you can see, it's not going to change the text, it's going to change the text frame. That's how it works in InDesign. Now, in order to just change the color of the text, you can either double click on it, select it, now go to the swatches panel, or you select the text and you select this little T here right beneath the fill and stroke on the tools panel. And once you select the T, now the text is active, so you can change the colors. Okay, so that's one little tip before we go on. If you want to edit the properties of the font, you'll need to have the character panel open. If you don't see the character panel, go to Window, type in Tables, and then Character. Here you can change the properties of the font, like the font family, style, kerning, size, etc. So that's where you're changing the font properties. When it comes to editing the text itself, you can either double click on it, then select it, or you can just activate T on your keyboard and just simply type in your own text here. Okay? And basically you do that through the entire design. Now, if you are familiar with working with paragraph styles, I have created the paragraph styles for this business card, so you can make your font and text edits through the paragraph styles. If you're not, you can just work manually the way I have shown you. If you don't know anything about the paragraph styles, I strongly suggest you go and watch some of the tutorials online, because if you plan to work in InDesign, this is one of the tools that is definitely going to save you a lot of time working in InDesign. Okay, that was it for this video. In the next video, we'll see how to edit the template in Adobe Photoshop. See you!